y'all. Welcome to the Relationship
She's
Shop.
Toya. She's Toya, Jason.
You got that right. I'm Toya.
Jason,
Eric,
I have a blue shirt
Jason.
today.
Oh,
you didn't get the blue shirt memo.
I did not. Not at all.
But it's a good variety.
That's cool.
It is.
Yeah.
Get the sandwich thing going.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I like that.
Not bad.
All right. So we are going to be getting back to our church taboo series. This is day 2, where we are going to get into vices in marriage, sex, tattoos, and makeup?
Makeup? Sure. Well, yeah. There's all kinds of weird stuff in the Bible, right? I mean, we could even go dietary restrictions, right? What you wear and shellfish out. This should be like, does Leviticus still count? It's really what we should.
That's right.
But maybe not. Maybe some in between. Yeah.
But you threw in fashion? We're going to throw that in too?
I'm just saying.
Okay.
I mean,
look at us.
Didn't Paul say that in the New Testament?
Yeah.
He said women shouldn't be worried about what they wear. Or
So are we going to decide what they should wear?
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. I think we could do that.
We could do that.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which one you want to start first?
Let's go with tattoos.
Okay.
Let's go with tattoos.
Well,
yeah.
so let's just... Jason, do you want to show your tattoo?
We're good.
So I think if we want to be biblically accurate about that, at this current state of my life, I have 0 tattoos.
Yeah. We got to change that.
Which means I'm certainly more godly than Jason.
Oh my goodness.
Because
here's what we need to do.
Not only does Jason have a couple tattoos, they're just bad.
Are they?
And so
you don't know what they all are.
Yeah.
Some of them might,
Well, hold on. Let's see. What do they represent, Jason?
They represent bad choices in his life.
Too much wine.
Right.
No, actually, this one
represents loneliness. This one over here represents, too much tequila. What is? Yeah.
Oh goodness.
Way to cheapen my moments. This one represented eternal forgiveness and grace.
Look at that.
This one back here is Hebrew.
Because I
speak it.
Hebrew.
Of course.
Jason has
Seriously?
no idea what that thing says.
Oh wow. Can I see it?
Yeah.
Oh, it is Hebrew.
It's Hebrew.
No, it's not. He thinks it's Hebrew.
It's Hebrew.
No,
it's Hebrew
not.
for family.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Got it.
That's
I don't know,
That's
Eric.
actually Eritrean for buffalo, is what he has on his back. The tattoo guy's like, he doesn't know Hebrew. He's like, are you Jewish? And he's like, no, I'm from East Texas. He's like, oh yeah, this is Hebrew then, man. What do you want it to say?
Okay, wait.
I'm fluent. Wait. Oh, hold on. Was the tattooist that did this for you Jewish?
Look. I am smart enough to not go, Mr. Tattooist. You put what you think it says on it.
To Google it and hope that whoever...
I know. I did my research. I got my Jewish connections.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure you do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure
But
you
see,
do.
that goes to show, though, his heart was in the right place, though, Eric, with
We
these
don't know if it
tattoos.
was.
Right place.
But, I mean, because it's representing...
Well, what we need to do is take last episode's taboo of drinking, get him going, and bring in this episode, and then we'll get him tattooed.
Tattooed. Hey, I might as well do some, Russian.
I'll come up with a word.
A little Russian word on my back that I think is something when it's something else.
Goodness.
Russian word.
Why Russian?
Why not? I mean, he didn't even know if that's Hebrew.
It's Hebrew.
He doesn't know.
Oh, man.
I did my research.
He doesn't know.
Okay, but back to what you were saying.
Yeah,
now.
let's get back to that.
What was I saying? I got so distracted by that I was godly because I have no tattoos, and he has. Right. Well, so there, maybe there's a different debate. Okay. Since his tattoo is in Hebrew, does that now give him a step up on me? Because I have no ancient biblical writings on myself.
You to say
true.
So
who you believe in, who you are.
You know what I'm going to try to do by next session? I am going to try to get both an Aramaic and Greek saying on my back and see if I can kind of one up your Hebrew.
One up my Hebrew. Why don't you I one-upped your Hebrew in Aramaic?
Oh my goodness.
I could. Yeah. and then I'll have the Greek, whatever in Greek is mushroom belt. I'll put it right under there for Toya.
Yeah, you could do that. Yeah. Got it all represented there.
I was not expecting you to throw that in. Yeah. Mushroom belt.
You should expect the unexpected at this
You're
point
right.
in our
You're
relationship.
right. Exactly.
I think you should.
I know.
So tattoos, here's the question.
Yeah.
Are tattoos demonic, ungodly, of the devil? It says that in Leviticus. You shouldn't mark yourself.
Right.
Right.
That is what it said.
Shouldn't pierce yourself. What about piercings?
Ooh. Right.
I have one of those too.
I figured he would. I also don't have any piercings, but I figured Jason would definitely be the guy that had an earring or two.
Yes.
Well, hey, dude, I was around then too, but it didn't mean I had to follow every trend.
Oh my goodness.
Some of us had it.
Yeah.
But let's put it into perspective. So during that time, like, what were the people doing?
Oh, wait a minute. So you're saying that when we look at the Bible, we have to read it in context?
I probably would.
Ah.
Unless it benefits me.
Well, that changes everything. I thought we could just take it at a literal level and say, well, it says you can't, so you can't. So what was the context?
Yeah, I mean, weren't they honoring other gods, right? They were doing piercings to honor other gods. The tattoos were honoring other gods. So wasn't that the issue?
So then if I get a tattoo now, so Jason's is Hebrew.
Right.
So was that for the Jewish God?
Yes.
That face.
So is it anti-Jesus then? Because the Jews are still waiting for Messiah to come back, unless they're a Messianic Jew?
It's very pro-Jesus.
Pro-Jesus. I like that. He makes the same... This is the same fist. Jason held up a fist and he said, I'm pro-Jesus.
Pro-Jesus.
Last episode, he held up a fist and said, whack. So the fist could go with anything.
It's emphasis.
That's what that
I'm
means.
trying to bring the Hebrew...
Jason's fist is an exclamation point.
Exactly.
Basically. Yeah.
I like
That's the way it works. Yeah. So the Hebrew, I'm trying to mesh.
You're honoring the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Yes.
With
Who's still the same God.
Hebrew tattoo.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. So then his would be fine.
Yeah, his would be fine.
Now I don't know about the barbed wire one that he says is somehow about grace and forgiveness, dude.
Oh, I thought you did.
No, it's like
a cross. It's a cross.
Oh, yeah.
Cross.
Honoring.
That's like a Celtic something is what that is.
It's a cross.
Celtic cross. But could that have been a cross for some other Celtic god?
Could have been.
That wasn't his heart, though. Was it your heart?
No. Jeez. So everything's the heart, not the
I mean, God knows. So. God knows your heart.
That's right.
Right?
He doesn't. But doesn't the since I'm here too, when I interject, doesn't Jeremiah say the heart's deceitful above all things? So
Jeremiah's was.
That's true.
His great heart you're giving him all this credit for is deceitful. Is dark.
But his intention.
No one can trust it.
Was to honor the God that brought us Christ.
His intention was trying to be cool. He's like, I want to be in the tattoo club.
If I wanted to be cool,
but he could have just gotten.
Actually, you wouldn't have got those ones if you wanted to be cool. I think we can agree on that.
Right. Well, I mean,
so basically what you're saying, Toya, is, and this really could go, now we could bring in Easter and the Christmas tree and all these conversations, right? Because, we shouldn't celebrate Easter because that was really a holiday for the fertility god, and that's where the bunnies and eggs came from. Those are fertility
I didn't know
signs.
that.
Oh, you didn't know that?
Yeah. Have you ever had rabbits? They recreate.
I did not know that.
And then eggs are obviously a symbol of fertility and new life and stuff, and so that's why we have the Easter bunny with eggs at Easter time.
I never knew that.
Really?
Yeah, seriously.
There's something new every day about that. Stay with me.
I mean, it doesn't matter now, but
I'll take you places. Well, does it matter? So is that ungodly if your kid's doing a little Easter egg hunt?
I know, right? So I feel like that's hard. Yeah. That's really hard because we do teach him the truth, and we're just like, this is what everybody does.
This is not truth, but come on, man, let's do it. This is fun.
But we don't do like eggs and all that. Like he'll do it for fun, but it's not a tradition. We don't do it every year. Like he's done it before.
That's so funny. Listen to her talk. We don't. We do it every other year, or we only do it on a leap year.
When he did,
so it's really not that big of a deal.
When our son colored eggs, though, it was when he stayed at my mom's house, and she was just like, it's Easter.
It's like color an egg. It's fun. Like, if I had you color pasta, you wouldn't assign some biblical value to it. It's a color an egg. Who cares?
So no, I'm just saying he's done it before, but we just try to say what the truth
you're
is.
saying around tattoos, Toya, is if we're going to try to stand on the Levitical things, we're missing the context. That was more about idolatry, kind of like don't marry people of the other communities because they will pull you into worshiping their God, where the one true God did not mean that you can't interracially marry. It was more about a faith connection.
Exactly.
So basically, if you're sure, it could be wrong if you're getting a tattoo this symbolizes Baal or some other Beelzebub.
Exactly.
You know, that. But outside of that, it is color on your skin,
which I need a little.
I
mean, let's face it. I could use a little color on my skin.
You could use a lot. I mean, I don't think that's got you there.
Oh, well, I'm heading in the right.
I don't think that's
color.
Word. I think we need just like a whole. That's what I need. I need like a little thing where I've got all of Jason's "How you doing?"
All of his
word,
stuff,
like all his little stuff that I can play whenever.
I just need a chapter in the same book. We've got her where she makes up.
Her urban dictionary.
Yeah,
non-urban dictionary of made up words.
Right. Yes. So just
context. So it tells you what it means.
All right. So context says on the tattoo issue, on piercings issue, it's not the thing.
Yeah,
it's what it represents.
Exactly.
Just like when
it's the heart behind it.
Yeah,
it's the heart behind it. But she was again, giving you credit for a great heart, and that's not biblical. So I just had to address it. Not you specifically, all hearts. Okay. Yeah, don't take it personal.
Gotcha.
I got a bad heart too. Clearly, if you hadn't noticed at this point.
Yeah, wasn't gonna say anything.
All right, that's tattoos.
So that's tattoos.
What about makeup? Remember when Paul says that women should not worry about being adorned and all this extra stuff and blah blah blah, and shouldn't have makeup and look good and earrings and all that kind of stuff? I mean, what you think about that?
I wear makeup. I can't leave the house without earrings.
Well, looks like we have some idolatry in the room, folks.
Okay,
but it's
welcome aboard. Welcome aboard.
Welcome aboard.
Got somebody on my side.
But yeah, man. Everybody's got problems.
It's gonna be the same thing.
Everybody got
it's context again. Come on.
I did not know.
Come on, Doya. It's context.
I got problems and wear makeup.
Really?
Oh man. Everybody got problems.
This is where it's ridiculous to have biblical conversations about stuff addressed in the Bible without the context of what was going on.
Right.
Yeah.
So we learned last episode that Jason, little fuzzy on understanding why certain books in the Bible were titled the way they were. He thought Timothy wrote Timothy. I remember, if you remember back to that.
Yes.
But when Paul's writing this letter to the church to address this, there's what's behind it. Because that's like when you see Paul also says, that women should be silent in the church and not have a right. You're like, oh, so he's telling women to shut up? Well, that is not universal in the Bible. So he clearly can't be saying that because Paul was pro-women over here, that Jesus had all these women that were leaders, that, is like that can't be the context based on the whole thing. So if you look at what's going on in society at that time, right, there were, if you look at the secular world, and then people get saved and they start bringing their ideas into the church world. We're not going down this road today with our current church services. But part of that was you had these women that were loud, that were adorned. They were temple prostitutes, and they get saved. Yeah, and then they show up in the church, looking like and acting like what they were in the temples, which is causing a problem over here. So Paul's like, "Hey, nah, bro. We're not trying to do what they do over here."
The membership was through the roof.
Oh yeah, I mean, you talk about a season of the church when men were more heavily involved in serving.
Oh my goodness.
Absolutely, when those temple prostitutes got saved. That revival at the temple prostitutes. So, but no, it's that that's the context, right? So does it mean you can't wear makeup? No. Does it mean, again, if it becomes something that you're doing it to draw attention, you're doing it to try to influence or manipulate it, then we probably need to talk about it.
Yeah.
But if Toya just feels inherently bad leaving the house with no makeup, I don't want you to feel so bad.
Yeah.
I want you to feel a little better. But you'd probably be fine if you left with no makeup.
This is true. And I have days that I leave with no makeup. But no, I can't. I don't leave without the earrings, though.
Oh, you don't?
No.
You just pop those bad boys in?
No, these stay. Yeah, I just put them in.
What about you when you used to wear earrings, Jason? Was it the same way? You felt bad not having them in?
No. I mean, wear earrings. You didn't?
Okay. No, I never had my ears pierced.
We didn't wear earrings back then.
Because that was the 80s. Have one?
Yeah, because that was the 80s. That was because back then it was left was right and right was wrong. That was the saying.
Okay. Yeah. So it was just the left.
Yeah. Just
that guy. This is so great. This is so great.
Yeah, just the left. Little hoops. Always wear the hoops.
One. Did you have double?
No, I didn't do
single.
double.
Just one single hoop, one side, not both sides.
Not both sides, one side.
Yeah, and then it morphed into both sides were fine. But there was a season where the right or both.
Now
was whatever. Yeah,
everything.
Now you got like
makeup,
stuff
guys
up on
wearing
the side.
makeup.
Everywhere. Oh yeah,
everywhere.
Fingernails, all that kind of stuff.
All that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
But
so
I definitely.
Let's talk about sex. Go ahead.
Hold on. Before we go on, because I know I've seen a lot of women on YouTube that are just like, God told me to just throw out all my makeup. You shouldn't be wearing makeup. And what I say to that is, if God told them that, then that's them, right? Sure. And because what I've noticed is a lot of these women are those women that had to do their face like glam, extra glam every single day, and where they had tons of makeup.
Glitter. You ever wear glitter? Mm-hmm. Have you ever worn glitter? Glitter seems wow.
Just ignore them. Keep going.
No, but
I don't like the glitter stuff.
I was gonna say, but that kind of sounds like an example of where the makeup became their god.
Sure.
Where they just had to have it. They had to have the best of the best and drawers full of it. So if you ever come across that and you feel the pressure, then just that's not for everybody.
There you go.
So I just wanted to add that.
Kind of like drinking. We talked about last episode, right? That if something becomes excessive in your life and is guiding your life, is probably a problem.
Exactly. Exactly. So, all right. Now you said the
talk about
sex in the sheets.
Now before we go there,
okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna kind of introduce this next little area of sexual discussion.
Okay. Here we go.
I'm not proud of this move, but I did it.
Okay.
How's that, right? So, Eric, the relation shots, his altered marriage, he has these little trips, right? And they have this discussion. Yeah. So there was a little Q&A session going on.
Okay.
I recorded it.
Oh.
I wanted to, I thought it was an interesting topic, so I recorded it.
Okay.
So it was these Q&A I thought was interesting, but to protect the innocent, you don't hear them. I wrote down their questions, so we don't know who they are.
Okay, that's nice.
But the responses we have.
Okay.
So this is, okay. No, you know what?
You know what it is?
No, but I can just imagine where this is going. We don't get to hear the quote supposed question, but we are going to hear my response.
I'll read the question. Okay. These were asked in the Q&A, and so let's see how we did. So, question 1 was asked: after we are sexually intimate, my spouse and I don't talk, and I don't know what to say. What do you say to your wife after sex?
Oh,
this was his response.
If you're liking the show, don't forget to subscribe, share, and leave a review.
Which is, I guess that's all right. It's communication, right?
I actually like that as a response.
Like the show, right?
Hey, babe, if that was good for you, don't forget to subscribe, like, and leave.
Right.
Oh, wow.
There you go. Not bad advice.
That's good. That's good. Right. I like that. Yeah.
So the next question was asked: if you had to say your biggest fear during sex, what would it be? Let's see what the bishop's
talking about. Failure to launch, right here.
I guess that's every guy's biggest fear is a failure to launch. But
yeah, I mean that
we need to go more to these.
There we go.
That makes a lot of sense.
Next question was asked: when you want to let your spouse know you're in the mood, what do you tend to wear?
Like a flannel and boots.
Yes.
Flannel and boots.
Yes.
Yeah. Maybe boxer briefs.
There you go.
Hold on. flannel boots and boxer briefs.
I mean,
why
teach his own.
Why not? I mean, you know when you walk in the bedroom in flannel boots and boxers,
that turns the lady on. I would do it.
Your spouse is going to be like, "Oh, it's on." I guess.
There you go.
Yeah, that's because I mean, what does that say? It says, you know,
what does it say?
I'm rustic. I think it says I'm ready to do the work. But I'm also kind of sexy in my boxer briefs.
Yeah.
So, I like it.
Okay. Let's go with that then. Yeah. All right. Next question. What's the one thing you've said to your wife that you regret when she hints she's in the mood? So your wife's hinted to you she's in the mood. You said this thing and you weren't really proud of. It's the question.
I like you, but man, my mom is so interesting.
That wasn't.
I remember that.
Gonna be
okay.
I like you, but my mom's really interesting.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, all right. Wow. Couple more questions. Let's see how the bishop does there.
Yeah.
All right. I know there are times when you feel like after sex that you weren't your best. What do you do to improve for the next time?
Back to my favorite word, outsourcing.
Oh, there you go.
Back to my favorite word, outsourcing.
So I don't know that I agree with that.
Yeah,
kind of against everything.
It's against everything
that we teach, but outsourcing.
Yeah, that's probably one of those like what we've been talking about that wasn't quite the right context. Maybe we needed more context on that one.
I just read the questions.
Okay,
and go
and the answers. Okay,
so all right. Last question was: my kids walked in on us about to have sex, and I'm afraid of the image locked in their memory. I remember you mentioned once that you walked in on your parents as a kid. What do you remember seeing?
Boy.
Guy just curled up on his back with his legs behind his head.
Wow. A little more graphic.
Yeah.
Wow.
That would probably induce some trauma. I think that would require some counseling.
So if you're not going to these seminars in Mexico, this is what you're missing out on.
Wow.
That's true. That's true.
Q&A sessions.
You know what? The ironic thing is we just got Debbie Wade, the sex therapist, that's joining me for our next retreat in April. We just did a planning session a few days ago, and so
there you go.
Yeah, I think we're probably going to address a lot of I don't know if we're going to address the trauma of seeing your dad on his back with his legs behind his head, but
that's a trauma.
But we will talk about how trauma can impact, how we view things, and everybody's got their different stuff.
Everybody's got a problem.
Everybody.
That's good, man. I mean, wow. I feel like overall, those were pretty good answers that I had for people on their questions. So
not bad. So So now let's talk sex.
Okay. Yeah. Can you go, Toya? I don't really know where to go from there.
You know what?
You basically heard my answers on all things
all of that.
bedroom. Right? So.
But I do want to just actually talk more about the next retreat in Mexico. So you already mentioned Debbie Wade is going to be there. Mm-hmm. It's going to be in April. How many days is it?
3 nights, 4 days, Thursday to Sunday, April 20th to 23rd. Mm-hmm. It's going to be awesome in Cabo. And so it's going to be a good time, 10 couples to connect, refresh with your spouse, but also just address. I think I was talking to somebody the other day and they were like, we're pretty good in that department, but I guess we could always get better. And we started talking a little bit, and where the conversation got to is a lot of couples, even who are quote all right or good in that area, don't have a healthy perspective on sexuality. They've figured out how to end around their issues and arrive at some kind of happy meeting where they're both, mostly satisfied, but still haven't addressed some of the drivers of their relationship and frequency and things they do and perspectives on it are still unhealthy. So that was a good conversation for even people who are doing okay there. The drivers for it may not be healthy, and at some point what happens is there's going to be a season of life where something gets in the way, right? Because it's like you can be good in this season and you had kids or job stress or health stuff, and so it was good. So it's going to be awesome. I'm excited about it.
It is. I mean, because Debbie, she talks about what I feel like a lot of couples need, talking about frequency, talking about how to keep it interesting, talking about oral sex, talking about all of that, how to manage with the different seasons. Because I've heard a lot of people say, Christians shouldn't have oral sex or
oral, anal, toys, masturbation, all that stuff.
And it's like, make sure you agree.
All right, so I got a little quiz for you.
Oh, quiz.
Yeah, I love quiz for you.
It's quiz time.
Yeah, but we're not going to dig into all of them.
Okay.
But this will be more revealing of, so part of the problem, a lot of people, so one of the things we're going to address night one of this is really where we get our views and perspective on. Because we've got a lot of, we're going to talk about like our sexual models and where we get that stuff. And but here's just a few questions from a sexual intimacy quiz. So it's true or false.
Okay.
So the first one is, it is crucial for the women to be orgasmic at every sexual encounter for it to be a satisfying experience. True or false?
False.
I would say false. I'm going with her. Well, it's a question for the ladies. I can't answer that for her.
But no. But
I mean, okay.
So what about for guys?
True.
Okay.
Yeah. I would say most guys would say true.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
All right. Here's another one.
Okay.
Sexually satisfied couples have simultaneous orgasms at least half the time.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay. Cool. The more intimate the couple, the more erotic the sex is.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Seasons.
In order to have a satisfying sexual encounter, both spouses should feel desirous before touching starts. Like we both kind of want sex.
Sure. Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
I'll go maybe.
Each spouse should be receptive every time the other spouse initiates sex.
Every time?
Yes.
I'd say no.
Yeah.
Okay. Each touching experience should proceed to orgasm. If not, one or both spouses will feel cheated.
No.
You answer for yourself. Don't cheat off
I'm looking
Toya.
at her. I'm just looking.
Because I'm
she's
thinking.
You have your own answer.
Yes.
Okay. He says yes. She's thinking.
I didn't say yes. I said yes.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Here's one. If 10% of sexual encounters are dissatisfying or dysfunctional, this signals a major problem.
10%?
Yeah.
That's a low percentage.
1 out of 10. No.
10%.
That's okay. So we can miss failure to launch. 10% is fine. All right.
Yeah.
As long as you love each other and keep lines of communication open, sex will always be satisfying.
Yeah.
I think so.
Cool. All right. If you and your spouse do not have the same desire for frequency, then you have a sexual intimacy problem.
No, you got to work it out though.
Yeah. What do you have to work out if you don't have a problem?
Oh.
I'm just saying.
Because I mean, the needs are off, desires are off, but I feel like you can find an in between or something. You can work it out.
Cool. All right, one more. It is the wife's duty to serve her husband anytime he initiates sex.
Vice versa.
Wow.
Yeah, your body's not your own. So
there you go.
Yeah, it works both ways.
Okay. So the real answer to all of those is false. Every single one of those is false.
There you go.
But
that's what I was thinking.
But it reveals, because you guys had a few that you said were true.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you guys are generally, if on the spectrum of fairly healthy in life, spiritually, you guys are pretty good.
Yeah.
So imagine what some couples think, depending on how they grew up. But it just reveals that we have these weird ideas.
Yeah.
And a lot, like when you start talking about, there's legitimately people who, especially people who I know pastors, spiritually, quote, mature people who really take those verses where Paul says your body's not your own, do not withhold for each other except for a time of prayer, to really be like you need to.
Right.
And to support it biblically. But the reality is that's not the case. And so I think a lot of our ideas about sex have come erroneously from out of context Bible.
Well, and they make it shameful.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, so we make it shameful in the church, and then we, try to guess why we're not talking about it outside of church.
Right.
So,
exactly.
Anyway.
I think we need more time on this topic, but we've got to get out. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and check out Eric's Instagram so you can actually register for the next retreat. Thank you, and we are out.
Adios.